Today, we're resuming our walk down a path that we started with a previous speech, in which we had introduced the importance of a blockchain in the management of various issues concerning corporate compliance, and we had underlined how important the blockchain was in relation to the paradigms of exemption of responsibility in the field of Legislative Decree 231. We especially focused on the part relating to the analysis of corporate risk, verifying how the application of a timestamp on the distributed register of the blockchain was able to increase the level of prevention and protection of the entrepreneur in relation to any cases or accidents. One last interesting area of intervention had been the management of the internal dynamics of a company. We have worked hard on concretely verifying how much the timestamp of a blockchain can protect the members of a board of directors or all the parties involved in the creation of an important document within a company. We also studied how important it is to give certainty in the corporate sphere. For example, by putting the minutes of a shareholders' meeting in the blockchain, giving the concrete temporal reference to these minutes. What characterizes and expands the previous premise is that we bring into the concrete what we study upstream. We have seen that concretely bringing the blockchain into a company gives benefits, in addition to those we mentioned earlier, practical benefits of value to the company itself. Just think of insurance premiums or INAIL, which the certainty given by the blockchain tends to bring down. By giving certainty to the data that make up the company structure, we can compress and break down the risk areas. For example, there is a cyber risk policy, which provides for protection of an entrepreneur in the event the company or an employee of a company commits crimes based on Article 2049 of the Civil Code, making them liable by committing illegal acts through the use of the IT structures of the company itself or by revealing the company's secrets. Well, if we operate through the blockchain a timestamping of all monitoring systems and information flows, obviously also intervening with the appropriate equipment, we will have a lowering of the risk and consequently a lowering of the premium. We have previously used the blockchain in relation to the relationships between the timestamps and contracts, both towards suppliers and towards customers. We can give some practical examples. In relation to the exception of a defect in a thing sold, if I am a supplier of company A for the production of certain goods and the nature of these goods and their characteristics must be crystallized when I deliver them, and my production process is in blockchain, he cannot fail to pay me by saying that the good I supplied him was not performed correctly, because my procedure is a proven proof, in the sense that having respected the paradigms of the specification underlying the contract, having put all my data in the blockchain, I will not be able to be challenged. Another example is that relating to the relationship between supplier and customers and as regards to the date of stipulation of a contract, the date of delivery of goods. All these elements that today in a civil judgment lead to uncertainty and a risk for the entrepreneur of being able to lose a case or having to spend large amounts of money to be able to prove what already existed at the time of the judicial action lead to marry the concept of the blockchain. What does this mean? It means that the company must equip itself with systems that internalize the blockchain or operating systems designed to manage data certainty. Obviously, a specialized legal structure is needed in this context to dialogues of the engineering structure, as well as a trading structure because blockchain trading is essential. Because putting into practice all the parameters that the blockchain provides within a company involves training the legal and engineering structure to include everything related to the blockchain system in corporate compliance. One thing you need to know is that our judicial system already has the possibility of using the blockchain as reliable evidence, and the direction is now mapped out. I know it will be a very intense effort to convince Italian entrepreneurs to marry the blockchain because it is the lie detector, a Promethean effort. We are a group that seeks to inform all entrepreneurs of the extent to which the lie detector will be good for them, from both a marketing point of view as well as a protection and liability one. Having said that, we can now say our goodbyes and await you at the next appointment. where we will go even more in depth on this subject. Until we meet again.